You know, I'm not gonna hate.
Oh.
Bug might have nibbled at it.
And there's hair in it. Okay.
My name is Thomas Molzak. I've been making oxtail for a few years now, but I've been eating it my whole life. And I am representing for St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
My name is Dion. I'm representing Trinidad and Tobago. I've been cooking oxtails now about 10 years.
My name is Christopher Calendar. I've been making oxtails for my whole life, and I'm from Jamaica.
I'm a combination of being self-taught, just having my own experiences, having a bunch of online influences, but also just growing up in Brooklyn, I was super immersed into the Caribbean food scene.
Growing up, having Trinidadian parents and living in Savannah, Georgia, so I had like a wild mix of things that I would be exposed to eating.
Jamaicans in the Caribbean have the best oxtails, without a doubt.
I would say Trinidad and Tobago makes the best oxtails. I would give Jamaica as a close runner-up.
Yes, Jamaica deserves its shine, but these other nations, these other islands, these other, smaller islands also deserve some shine.
The way it's supposed to be pronounced is oxtails.
I think it's oxtail.
Oxtail, no S.
One of the things that makes the food so unique and so great, especially in St. Vincent, is the use of fresh herbs and spices. Having some also dried herbs and spices, it's a big part of African-American cooking.
Gotta have some good green seasoning, a good assortment of bell peppers and herbs.
Thyme and allspice are like the two things you definitely need in most things. That goes along in a lot of the recipes, especially in Jamaica.
There are several factors that can lead to underwhelming oxtails, and one of those could be just not salting it enough, not having a flavorful beef stock.
Not properly washing your oxtail can definitely ruin your dish. You need to wash it 2 to 3 times with some lemon or some vinegar.
Forgetting to soak your meat in vinegar can potentially ruin your oxtails.
If your oxtail's not falling off the bone, go home.
In my opinion, my oxtails are the best because I put so much time and flavor into getting that correct green seasoning and then allowing those to brown in the pan with the sugar and then just stewing away with the vegetables, the bell peppers, Milzak seasoning, and the green seasoning, and just kind of giving it a nice, rich, sweet, savory sauce. So I think that's what makes my oxtails the best.
Has a decent aroma. I like the way it smells. I see the butter beans in there.
Oh boy. Okay. It's a little oily, I'll say that.
It's not bad at all. It's nice and tender, it's chewy.
It's high in salt. I'm tasting a lot more of the spice on it. I'm getting a little bit like the Scotch bonnet maybe have popped in when they were cooking it. I mean, I like spice, but I think it's just too spicy. Not quite what Caribbean oxtails is.
You could have cut a little bit more of the fat off, but it's falling off, as you see. I like that. They definitely cooked it long enough. I like the texture. I think that's the best part to me. The way it's falling up, I'm really just pulling it off.
The quality of meat is not what I'm used to. And the 1-inch cuts, I actually hate 1-inch cuts. The oxtail should be cut at 1.5 inches just because of the amount of meat you get on it. When you get oxtail, you want to be like, and this is pretty small. And there's hair in it. Okay, I'm sorry. That really is. It's tender. It's good. The carrot's good.
This tastes like Jamaican oxtails to me. It could be a little more saucy. I feel like they let it cook just a little too long. Besides that, I really don't have too many complaints about this one. I'm giving this a solid 8.
I'm gonna give it a 5. It's the pepper that's really killing me. Too spicy. I'm self-taught, but I mean, obviously I learned from my grandmother. She was the first person to cook oxtail for me, but I found new ways of actually making oxtails and also found different ways to develop and make a more complex flavor in oxtails. I like actually making in the oven. This time I was like, let me just put this at 300 and just see what it does for 7 hours. So I really used this more like an experiment because I've actually never slow cooked it like this before. From what I taste, it tastes pretty damn good.
Looks very pretty. I didn't know we could bring rice. I would have brought rice. I should have brought rice.
Oh, so it was fancy, huh? Good presentation. Partially on top is new. I guess there's a little flair. I like that.
I actually like the size of the oxtails. Sometimes they can be too small. And a lot of times these places are just like cutting them super thin. So I like a big, meaty piece. You can pick it up with your hands.
See how it tastes.
Okay.
It's not bad at all. It's not quite falling off the bone as much as I would like it to be.
The flavor is really rich. I feel like maybe it's the caramelized sugar. Also like maybe like the allspice or the clove. Has like a little hint of that. Something really sharp. It's giving me like a teriyaki vibe.
The flavor is good. The flavor is really good. It's kind of sweet. These kind of remind me more of American oxtails a little bit.
The best part of the dish is how tender the oxtails are.
And it's not as tender as I would like. This one doesn't have any spice to it at all. Good oxtail should have a little, that balance it has, definitely has to have a little hint of sweetness to it, but you need a little bit of that pepper, a little bit of that spice coming behind it.
It's probably like a hint of bitterness, but honestly, I can't even like be mad at this dish. It's really good. You know, I'm not gonna hate. I would have loved to.
This one is a little saucier than the last. A little more of that stew and a little more of that juice and flavor is sitting on it.
Maybe taking out a little bit of the clove or like allspice if they use that, just like a tiny bit less. But other than that, I think this is a pretty good oxtail. I would say 7.8.
It's not hanging off the bone quite as much as I would like, and it's missing that spice. I'm gonna give this a 7. I've seen my parents make oxtails growing up. I've kind of taken a few notes from them, but as the years have gone by, I've created my own recipe. I'm confident my oxtails will be the best because I don't know, I just have a mixture of flavors. I have a little bit of my Trini culture with my green seasoning in there. I was raised in Georgia, so I got a little bit of that experience and that exposure in the culinary world. I know for a fact I had my oxtail seasoning longer than everybody else. So that's a big factor right there. Mine been sitting in seasoning since Wednesday, so yeah.
All right.
Wow. Wait, these are mine. No, I'm kidding.
Appearance is good. I see the butter beans.
Bay leaf is cute. Bug might have nibbled at it. I'm kidding. That just shows you that they, you know, use that, and I think that always adds a really rich flavor. Really great job on that already.
This one's pretty good. I love that they put butter beans in it. It makes sense with any Caribbean oxtail.
This one's more like smoky, a little spicier or a lot spicier. It works. It's not like too sweet, not too spicy. It's like neutral.
Definitely a better quality meat. 1.5 inch cut as it's supposed to be.
They just like really look pretty, I will say. They're like TV oxtails. Like I can see this in a Golden Crust ad or something.
I don't think there was vinegar used in this. I can tell just because it would have made this a lot more tender. And it's crazy because all it takes is like 5 to 10 minutes to like soak it in vinegar.
I think the last one was a little sweeter, even though this one has carrots, ironically.
I like carrots in my oxtail. I usually don't make it like that for other people. Blend it, like puree it, and put it into the actual gravy itself versus having the actual whole carrot.
Not as much gravy. There's like a little bit more oil in the gravy, which isn't a bad thing. And maybe take the heat down just a tiny bit. I'd give this one a 7.
We're gonna rate this one a 6.5. We'll give it a 7. Why not? This is what oxtail should look like. It's amazing. I'd like to thank Jamaica for being responsible for the best quality oxtail in the world. Don't expect us to be friends after this. I'm like, yeah, everyone just has different tastes. I was just so happy to be a part of this.
I'm gonna tell you, this whole thing is rigged. They didn't brush their teeth this morning or something, and they still got something messing with their taste buds or something, but I'm gonna take my L in peace.